winner will get a family reunion ticket. So we're going to make it fun. The drawing is going to be at the end. You must be present to win. It is 11 o'clock. Lock them in. Lock them in, Vicki. All right. Let's get started, everybody. Good morning. It is Groundhog Day. I did hear that he saw his shadow, which I guess means 6 more weeks of winter. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. If you love winter, congratulations. All righty. So let's start with sharing some energy. Let's fill someone else's bucket. And I'm going to start today, and I'm going to start with Laura Webb. If in case you all don't know, she and I have the opportunity to work side by side in a lot of ways, and kind of run a lot of things parallel. And if you didn't know, she does about 100 times as much as you think that she does, and she does it with a smile on her face, and she loves this company, and she's just always here to step in. She's always here to help. She offers help before you ask. And she's just super intuitive and loving and smart and wonderful. And I could not be more happy to work with Ms. Laura Webb. Laura, I'm filling your bucket, girl. All righty, who else? Who has done something to better your week?
Hi, this is Danita, and I'd like to fill the bucket for Shelly Gardner. Shelly just really this past weekend spent hours on the phone helping me get a contract written, and to me, I just think she went above and beyond. She didn't have to do all those things, and she did with a smile on her voice, and we was able to get a contract accepted. So thanks, Shelly.
Congrats, Danita and Shelly. Thank you. That's awesome. What else? Let's do another one.
Mike Toller, just a quick shout out to my mentor, Andrea Walker. It's amazing. If I call her, she typically answers the phone. If she can't, she gets back to me quickly, and she entertains all the questions that I have, even as a new agent. So I feel very fortunate that Andrea is my mentor, and she is just knocking it out of the park for me.
Awesome. Awesome. Andrea, thank you. And you guys, if you didn't already know it, especially if you've just stepped into this business, there's a lot of questions there's a lot of questions all the time, because we learn something new every single day. I have questions every day. People have been in the business a lot longer than me do too. And I am so blessed to know that we are in a company that we can pick up the phone and call a mentor, or we can call a fellow agent, and you guys can call me, any of the staff, Brad certainly, and we will help you, because we would rather be there for each other so that we can be the best that we can for our clients and the community. I mean, we're here to help you. So if you ever have the drunk monkey on your shoulder that says you're bothering someone, I want you to knock them off and reach out, because we are here for one another. We truly care about one another. So Andrea, thank you for picking up that phone. Awesome. All righty. So let's talk about birthdays. We've got some lovely birthdays in February. The 3rd, we've got Miss Melanie Jones and B-Joy. And that is tomorrow, by the way. On February 6th, we've got Menu Gill and Jessica Hill. And then on the 8th, Heather Reeves is celebrating a birthday. If you see any of these fine folks, give them a happy birthday elbow nudge or wave. We have some new faces in the office, and we are always excited to welcome new wonderful people to the Market Center. Craig Miller, sponsored by Heather Spencer, and Brian Cute was sponsored by Nick Pesco. Both of those agents are going on the Jimmy Welch team. And Lisa Chandler has joined us, and she was sponsored by Mary Jarrett and will also be on Mary Jarrett's team. Welcome, all 3 of you. All right, Legal Eagle, who we got today?
Harry, I believe. You out there, Harry?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I think Brad is with us too. Brad, are you out there?
I am. We're going to talk about one thing there's some confusion regarding the inspection paragraph on when you can send over a termination. It changed a few years ago, and if you send over a repair request to the listing agent, and they respond saying they will do items 1 through, say ask for 10 things, and they say, they'll do 1 through 5, but won't do 6 through 10. You cannot just send over a termination at that point. You must keep going back and forth, both parties, until you either agree or one party has issued a last, best, and final response regarding repairs. If you issue a last, best, and final, you can terminate. The buyer can, or whichever party can terminate. But that changed a few years ago, but there seems to be some confusion about that. Harry, you want to chime in?
Yeah, Brad, that's exactly correct. The way it works, buyer does an inspection and they have 2 choices: terminate or make a repair request. Assuming they make a repair request, now the seller has 2 choices: agree or change. Like Brad said, no, I won't do all 10, I'll do the first 5. But when they agree to do the first 5 but not 10, unless they say last, best, and final, then it is not a last, best, and final, in which case the buyer does not have the right to terminate. So Brad is exactly correct. Until and unless somebody throws down last, best, and final, it is not terminatable by the buyer at that point. It did change.
And one other thing that people don't know, if you do like in paragraph 10B2, if you do 10 days for your inspections, keep in mind you do 10 days for your inspections. You have to do all your inspections within that time frame and do one of the 3 things: accept the property as is, terminate, or ask for repairs. Some people I've heard think you have 10 days to do the inspection and then 2 days to prepare your repair request. No, everything has to be done within that 10 days. So if you send over your repair request and the seller has 2 days to respond, at any time, if the seller does not respond to the buyer's request, the buyer can grant a written extension of time to the seller, accept the property in its current condition, or void the contract. So again, it used back in the day, like 3 or 4 years ago, if the seller didn't respond, the contract said that the seller agreed that meant the seller was going to do all the repairs that you asked for. Well, that's not the case anymore. But if the seller fails to respond within the time frame that you've given them, the buyer may do one of those 3 things, including terminate. Correct, Harry? Is that
Correct. It's almost like you've taught that before, Brad.
a couple times? Cool. You got anything else, buddy?
No, did you want to talk about paragraph 4 in the appraisal?
We could briefly cover that. If the appraisal comes in low, you have the buyer and the buyer's agent have 5 days and in writing to notify the other side that the appraisal came in low. And again, you have options. You have 3 options. If the appraisal comes in low, you can waive the appraisal contingency and pay the difference, negotiate a new price with the seller or the payment terms, or void the contract. But again, these things, it must be done within 5 days and in writing. And if you don't notify the other, say you find out and then you wait till day 6, well, then the contract is voidable at the option of the seller, and the seller shall retain the earnest money deposit. Anything to add to that, Harry?
Yeah, just that doesn't really make any sense to me, that if the buyer is okay with the fact that it didn't appraise, but they don't put it in writing, then the seller has the right to say, I'm terminating. I found out that it didn't appraise. I'm terminating, and I'm keeping the good faith deposit. I don't understand the logic behind it, but I don't have to. You just need to understand it is what it is. And as Brad said, you've got 5 days to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, and if the seller got a better offer after the fact, they can terminate, keep the deposit, and move on to the other buyer. So don't let the clock stop ticking. You got to deal with it.
And if the appraisal comes in low and the seller agrees to lower the price to meet the appraisal, the buyers can still terminate, even though the seller has agreed to lower the price.
Absolutely.
And Harry, I want you to talk about, we talked about this the other day in the contracts class. We have a visitor that popped in the room today, Miss Linda Cecil, into my office.
Hi, everybody. Miss you.
Regarding buyer's remorse. We have a get out of jail free card, and that's paragraph 10B2, but you must do an inspection in order to use that get out of jail free card. A lot of agents want to be nice and say you get a house under contract at 11 o'clock the night before, then your buyer calls you the next morning, says, my dad doesn't think it's the house for me. I want out. Well, a lot of agents think that they're being really nice and calling the listing agent saying, you know what, I want you to get the house back up on the market right away. So we're going to let you know, or we can do an inspection and use the legal way out. I hear this all the time. And Harry, there's something called not acting in good faith. Would you talk about that when you telegraph your buyer's remorse to the listing agent? Could you talk about the potential ramifications of that?
Absolutely. If you have a buyer that just wants out, you will do a full-on inspection. You will send over a release as a result of the inspection, and you will never tell anybody ever why they actually wanted out of that contract. Never. Because it's hard to claim that you are acting in good faith when you just don't do an inspection and you just offer to let them out. Let's just get it over with now so I don't have to find anything wrong with your house. That's not acting in good faith. So just do an inspection. You can call your favorite inspector, and I never recommend having a number one favorite inspector, but in this case, you can call your favorite inspector and you can say, look, we just need a abridged version of an inspection report in writing. Can you do me a favor and charge a little bit less and get over there, get in and out, put something in writing? It's still going to cost your client a couple $100 to get out, but that's the price of changing your mind, is a couple $100.
Cool. Anything else, brother?
Nope.
I think Steve has a quick question.
Any questions?
Jeff.
Yeah, quick question. I'm asking this because I've seen some crazy numbers here recently. Paragraph 10, B2, the inspection period. The last blank in that section is in reference to how many days do we have once we receive the final word, correct?
The last best and final?
The last best and final.
That's correct.
Okay.
And I always
I've
recommend
seen some
people-
things recently where there's a 45-day period in there, and I'm like, this
Well,
makes
that,
no sense.
yes. And my advice on 10B2, if you do a 10-day window and a 2-day, give the seller 2 days to respond and the buyer 2 days to respond. Once you get to the last best and final, in my opinion, you don't want to wait 3 or 4 days to find out. I always recommend putting 1 day in that last box, because
Yeah.
at that point, you want to get it over with and move on to something else.
Perfect. Thank you.
But yeah, if you may have to counter it, because again, a lot of agents don't understand what that means, or a lot of agents don't understand that you have to do a last best and final. So 1 day is my recommendation.
Brad, quick question, sir.
Yep.
When it comes to the 1 day, is it based upon the time frame that document was delivered? How do they count the 1 day? How do they count the 2 days? Is
Okay,
the delivery 1 day? And
What is today? What's the date today? Anybody know?
February 2nd.
Second.
Okay, today's the 2nd. So you get a response from the seller today on the 2nd. Your 2 days start, or your 1 day start tomorrow. Tomorrow is the day. Today, everything is midnight to midnight. So today's a free day. If you get it at 6 o'clock this morning, you've got all day today, and then your 2 day to respond starts tomorrow, or at midnight tomorrow. They used to say 11:59. Now it says midnight to midnight. Harry, would you elaborate on that a little bit?
No need to elaborate. That's correct.
Okay.
perfect. Thank you, sir.
Does that make sense? Everything starts the day after something is delivered. So including the inspection countdown starts the day after you receive it.
Hey, Brad, whenever you were explaining the inspections, I had a contractor running a drill outside the door. I didn't hear what you were saying. about whenever you delivered a repair request and they don't respond within the time frame.
Well, if you deliver at any time, if the seller does not respond to your response, the buyer can terminate the contract or it grants an extension of time, a written extension of time. Is that your question?
I guess so. I guess that's probably what I missed.
Okay.
Thanks.
Anything else?
Righty.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. We have a guest today. His name is Ben Robbins. He is with a company called Grow. That is his company. He's also with PL Alliance, who is a luxury local builder. And we're going to talk about Grow today for just a few minutes. I wanted to have Ben on as a guest today to share opportunities for you to be able to network with other business professionals. There's various types of business networking opportunities within the community, which many of you are probably all aware of. However, Grow, in my opinion, was a little bit different because the focus of Grow is to focus on the relationship with the professional in your group, instead of so much the tallies of what kind of business is being handed back and forth. Now, the goal is always to grow the business and grow one another, yet Grow has a belief that when you start with a relationship, business comes secondarily. That was attractive to me. I am a member of a Grow group here in town. Our group is called Business Brokers. We all have different names to our groups. The other beauty of Grow is that there's lots of different Grow groups within town, both, Kentucky and then going over into Southern Indiana. And our small groups meet on a regular basis, for example, once a week. And Grow also provides the opportunity once a month when COVID is not looming over us for all of the different Grow groups to meet together. Typically, it's for an evening, like a cocktail hour kind of situation, where we then get to intermingle with all the other different groups and just have the opportunity to have a lot of different relationships with a lot of great leaders and business leaders within the community. So Ben is here to say hello, and I wanted to introduce him. And Ben, tell us a little bit about Grow.
Oh, well, thank you for that introduction, Alyssa. I've known Alyssa for a while now, and also I'd like to say Lindsay's in one of our Grow groups. And she's been a great member. If you boiled Grow down into one word, I always tell people Grow equals friendships. That's what I'm selling. That's what I'm promoting. 10 years ago, when I started networking and wanted to start a business, I wanted to get out there and I would go to networking meetings and I would hand out my business card. I would just, anybody that would, if I went to a doctor's appointment, I would talk to the doctor about building a house. I'm a home builder. I would, if you were breathing, I would talk to you. And what I've learned over the years, there's a right way and a wrong way to network. Just trying to go wide with like social media and that has its place. I'm not saying it doesn't, but to cast a huge net, you'll pull in very few fish. If you go deep and really form deep relationships with people, you'll catch really good fish and big fish. So how do you do that? Well, it's getting in front of people on a repeated basis. And if you're an adult, it takes time for those walls to come down. And when you were younger, it's much easier to form friendships. But as you get older, those friendships are much more sacred and harder to get. So you have to get in front of those people on a weekly basis, we believe. So we believe in face-to-face networking on a weekly basis. The other opportunity we give you to form friendships is events, as Alyssa was mentioning. We don't believe that you should just want to network with your group. We've got 8 Grow groups here in town. and we bring them together on a monthly basis at a particular member's place of business. For example, we had, this was before COVID. This business is about a year old. We started this time last year, and one of our first parties, monthly parties, we call them parties because that's what they are, was at Caden Tower, and we had 300 people there, and there was all sorts of people there. So it was very successful, and we hope to have, as soon as possible, we're going to have a party with you guys, because there's 2 agents already in our groups. But those parties and allowing our members to host them, it is a great, I couldn't tell you. So the agent that did that had his name up on a, it was like it was his party, and it just meant the world to him, and he got so much exposure from it. So that's a big part of our business, is the monthly parties, and we've already scheduled, believe it or not, our Christmas party. So it's at Joey Craig's dealership. He's a big member. He just bought the Taffel Motors, the old Mercedes-Benz dealership, and him and Shirley's Way, a big nonprofit here in town with cancer, partnered together, and we're gonna put, the 3 of us, Grow, Craig and Landreth, and Shirley's Way, are gonna put on one hell of a Christmas party this year. I've already bought 2 suits, and I've planned getting my hair cut. But I mean, that people are going to be dying to get out there and network. And I'm going to try to give you guys, if anybody is interested in doing this, as many opportunities as you can. So what is the value of doing these now? Because it's a lot of work. So why, as a realtor, should you do this? What value am I bringing to you? And the answer is, 10 years ago, I joined a networking group, and I got my current business partner in building and in Grow, Adam. I met him at a networking group. I wasn't, to be honest, I wasn't the best member of the networking group, but for that $650 that I paid back then, was that a good investment? It's probably the best investment I ever made. I mean, I have, that relationship has made me a lot of money, just to put it in, and it's been invaluable to my life. It changed my life. So that's what I'm trying to provide. That's what I'm selling, is the ability for you guys to go and make friends with people that you didn't know before, other business owners. To give you an example, there's 25 B&I groups here in town, and there's 5,000 realtors. That means that it's damn near impossible to get into a networking group. You have to go start your own. If you want, you can't just up and decide, oh, I want to go join a networking group. There isn't one out there for you to join. If you want to start a networking group, you pretty much have to start your own. That 80% of networking groups are started by realtors. Why do realtors do it? Because they're trying to come up with some way to generate business. It's very hard for you guys to, you've got to build your network and find those sales. You got to go out there and dig them up. And a great way to do it is through networking. And so if you guys want to start a group, if what I'm saying, it sounds interesting, we will really try to support you. I'll be working with you hand in hand, trying to help you build your group, fill it out. That's our role. Another person, I think she might have worked at this office, is Krista Bouchard, and she's actually in Lindsay's group and has been a great addition. But I've learned a lot about team building and from her. She's been a great member. So if there's any of you that want to call me and talk, I'm going to put my number in the chat. I don't know if Alyssa, have they been sent the information, or should I just say it, my phone number? Or
Well, they've got a slide right here, but go ahead and put your name also in the chat, and that way we can have that in a separate spot in case that's easier. But we've got your teamgrow.com, buildlouisville.com, and your telephone number right here as well. And if you all are in a space and you don't write it down, you can always reach out to me as well. I'd be happy to share Ben's information. And if starting a group for networking is part of perhaps your pillar of growing your business in 2021, I would encourage you to look further into it and at least have a conversation and see if that's something for you. We'd love to share more information on that. All right.
thank you for having me on, guys.
Thanks for your time, Ben. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
This is my first Keller Williams meeting, and as far as this, this is neat. Do y'all do this every week? Is this the type of attendance you get every week?
Yeah, this is our market center meeting. So this is pretty average for us on our Tuesday mornings now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We have another guest as well. You all may have seen his face around. It's Daniel Rettig with Republic Bank. He is here to offer some value in terms of what he can bring to assist your clients and your buyers on the loan side of things. So Daniel, take it away.
Hey guys, how you all doing?
Hey.
So good to see your faces. I miss you guys. I miss you so much. You guys are amazing. I say it every time. You're one of my favorite offices to work with. You are my favorite office to work with, but don't tell anyone outside of this room. So I miss you guys. I miss seeing you talking about networking events. I'm just, I'm getting a little teary eyed over here because how much I am starving for human interaction. So, yeah, so I miss you guys, but I know this was a kind of impromptu to invite me on this call. It's kind of a timely thing because we're going to talk about something that's coming out here soon. So I'm not going to take up too much time, but I do appreciate it. So real quick, just want to jump in and just kind of, for those who don't know me, we work at Republic Bank. I have Stephen. Can you actually go back to that one slide real quick?
Mm-hmm.
These are my outside sales guys and girls. Sorry, Hezbel. They're the ones that are in Louisville, pounding the pavement. We're 100% referral. We have a lot of loan officers, but these are the LOs out there actually working for your business and 100% referral. So, you know, Stephen and Hezebel both have a lot of experience. You know, Stephen used to be a realtor. Hezebel used to work in ops. And then Ken, I call him the OG. You can notice by the amount of numbers he has in his NMLS ID. But he's been in this business for a minute. So just want to make an introduction to them. If you haven't met them, please reach out. Our cell phones are on there. Because this is a high overview that we're going to talk about, I'm not going to go into details. So make note of their cell phones. And if you have questions afterwards, just reach out to them. Okay, next slide. So just a quick reminder I put this up there because I want to say that there's really not much that we don't do. We do all your regular Fannie, Freddie, FHA government loans, Kentucky Housing, KHC. We actually are delegated KHC. So we can get those loans done in 30 to 45 days with the KHC because we don't have to send it to them to get underwrote. But we also are known for our portfolio products, doctor loans, jumbos, bridge loans, contingency relief. I'll hit on that real quick too. So I say that because there's very little out there that we don't do. So I'm going to hit on two products real quick and talk about a grant. So next slide. Thank you, Amy. So this is really the main reason I'm here. The Welcome Home Grant is back. It comes out every March, and we help out a lot of people with this program. So what it is a $5,000 grant, $7,500 for military, forgiven after 5 years. And this works with any loan program, FHA, conventional, portfolio. It works with any loan program, so you can do that. It does have to be owner occupied properties only. They do have to live in there. and it is in specific areas, which we're going to go show on the next slide, but hold up on that for a second. The funds are available March 1st. So that's when we can start signing people up for it. However, we can go under contract today as long as the sellers and everybody understands that this is not going to be closing in March. This is probably going to be closing a month after that. That's the big thing that we kind of got to get out there. The sellers understand, because you don't want everyone all upset when we're not closing, because we are at the mercy of the people giving the grant. They have a small little office, and they're writing them as fast as they can. This happens 1 month a year, where I'm sure they're working all overtime, but they get all these contracts to come in, and they have to do everyone individually. So it is not going to close quick. We'll do our part to make sure that we're not holding anything up, but just know and make sure the sellers talk to your loan officer and ask what do you think is a reasonable time frame. So as long as everyone understands that, this is a great opportunity. Household income. So what that means, unlike KHC and other down payment assistance programs, they do include all the house income. So there are income limits we're going to talk about on the next slide, but it's not just qualifying income. So if we're just qualifying, say, the wife, and we're not using the husband's income to qualify, well, Welcome Home looks at both their income. Even if we're not using the husband's income, they look at both of it. And then if you are beyond the income limits, you don't qualify. So that's really important for the loan officer to know that up front when they're talking about the application. Get that a lot, where the husband says, my credit's not good. Wife qualifies without his income, no problem, but you might not qualify for this grant. Home buyers must contribute $500 of their own fund and no money back at the closing. So whether they pay for the appraisal or something, they do have to have $500 out of their own pocket. That is part of the rule. And then no occupying co-borrower, non-occupying co-borrowers. I mean, you can't have a co-signer, simple as that. So you can go to the next slide. So these are the counties that we are offering right now, actually in Kentucky and Indiana. Now we do offer this program in Tennessee, Cincinnati, and Florida. I work with LOs out there too. But this is the counties that we have locally here for you. So we got to make sure that they're in these counties. And then also if they're in there, that's the income. So Jefferson County, 1 to 2 person home, husband and wife, or the whole household income has to be below 62,000. So that's usually what kicks people out. But we still help a lot of people with this. So, and I'm not watching the chat log, but if anyone has any questions, just let me know. Okay, next slide. So I just want to highlight this program. This is an in-house product that we have. It's our 100% financing. It's a great product, 30-year fixed, no mortgage insurance. We can do 3% down, and then we do offer a 3% second along with it, kind of similar where they offer a first and a second, allowing the borrower to get in with 0 down. The reason why I bring this attention to this program is this helps save a lot of deals. Last year, FHA changed their scoring model. So when we added the gift fund, the Welcome Home Grant, to an FHA loan, it disqualified the borrower, just FHA's scoring model. We actually saved a couple deals for a couple people in here and in their clients. And because we were able to revert back to the neighborhood housing program, which is an in-house product. And obviously our guidelines are way looser than FHA. So this is a great program, fixed 30-year, no mortgage insurance, and we can go up to 100% down. So great product for that. Something to keep in mind, even without the grant, it's a good product. And then I'm going to go over one last product. It's not really part of the Welcome Home Grant, but it has saved a lot of deals. Amy, there you go. So this is our contingency relief loan. If anyone in this group chat has ever saved a deal because of the contingency relief loan, I'd love to hear it. But this is a great product, especially in this market where contingent offers are just not appealing as they can be. So this is a great opportunity for us to pull cash out from their existing home on a short-term loan to use that for a down payment on the new home. So it saved a lot of deals over the years, and it's been great. I think you guys have utilized quite a bit of it. It's been fantastic. So like I said, really quick, just wanted to do a high overview. I didn't want to overstay my welcome, but definitely let us know I think I can see your chat, so your number's in there. We'll grab it. But reach out to us. You can go to the next slide. I'll put our numbers back up again. And we are going to be teaching a class, I think tomorrow, basically a little more in-depth look at what we were doing, what I was kind of going over along with a couple other zero down products that we have. The NHP and the contingency relief are our two most popular portfolio products. That's why I bring those to your attention. But yeah, there's our cell phone, there's our email. If you have any questions at all, let me know. And if you can't make tomorrow's class, Stephen reminded me that we do have other class coming up too. But definitely we're available for you. If you have any questions, let us know. So before I sign off, I didn't want to overstay my welcome. Hopefully it was that quick enough for you, Amy.
It was awesome. Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate you.
Please. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Let us know how we can help you close more deals. All right.
Daniel,
Hey,
quick
Daniel.
Yeah.
hey, what's on the welcome home funds? Is there a home limit on that or a house base limit on that program?
I don't believe there is. That's a good question.
Daniel, I don't
can't
think
remember.
there's
I don't look into that.
I don't think there's a home limit. It's really an income limit where we run into that problem.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Sorry. Brain's fried.
Can you send us those slides, Daniel? I put my email in there.
You bet. Yeah, and we're working up a flyer right now with our legal department. The only reason it's taking so long is we're still missing a few counties that we're waiting to. Once we have those counties updated, we'll finish up our flyer, and then if I have your email address, I'll send you guys the flyer for the Welcome Home Grant.
Hey, Daniel, one last thing. What's up, man? It's good seeing you, bro.
You too, man.
Hey, so what is the credit scoring on those programs right now?
Great question. So, so the NHP does not have a credit score limit. So it, like I said, it can go with any loan. For us, we only have one product that goes down to 620. So as of right now, the lowest that we can go on any of our products is 620. Good question. Any other ones?
No, Daniel, thank you. I can tell you that our team has been able to just get people under contract with the contingency relief program, whereas we would have never even had an opportunity in this market. So the good news is, as agents, you all don't have to really fully understand those programs. You just need to know who to direct them to. Just say, hey, I have a fantastic loan officer in town who might have an opportunity that could help you win the bidding war. Because when you're contingent on the sale of a home, that's a big uphill battle that we've all experienced if we've written a contract in the past 12 months for anybody. So just know where to point them. And then, Daniel and his team can explain those to your clients and kind of let you know if that is an opportunity for them. So that's a wonderful product. Thank you, Daniel. And thank you for your time. This is very valuable.
Oh, no, it was awesome. And I will add to that too. Also, make sure this is especially the contingency relief NHP. It's a very unique product. So I always encourage you to make sure this listing agent has my number as well, because I can't tell you how many deals we won just by me explaining to the listing agent, walking them through what it is. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. And also they know they have access to me or one of our team members too. So that has helped.
Exactly.
Hey, Daniel, if we come up against Quicken Loans and I cannot seem to get one of my clients to pull away, it's almost as if she thinks I'm, I don't know, an evil person or something trying to take her away from Quicken. But, because and maybe I'm just don't know, but it helps sometimes to have local lenders, right?
Mm-hmm.
For us to send people to. Do you have any advice for me to go back to her?
Yeah. So
this program with her?
The thing I always say to everyone is it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion. Quicken Loans, just like Zillow, you don't know who's behind the computer. You don't know if they've been licensed for a month or 5 years.
Right.
Believe it or not, I've met them. There are good Quicken loan officers out there, but how do you know, right? At least locally, you know who you're dealing with. So not telling people they have to go with me, but it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion. Also, I was just reminded, we do offer a $250 closing cost credit to you, the agent. So we have this flyer. We'll give it to you guys if you ask for it. And you can say, hey, listen, Daniel's rates or his team's rates and fees are good, but here's an extra $250 off your closing costs to help, encourage you to at least have a conversation with him. So, or his team. All right. Any other questions? Love it.
All right. Thanks, Daniel. We appreciate you.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Speaking of the market, let's talk about that. We're going to look over the last 7 days as we always do. And remember, we don't make the market, but we always know exactly how to interpret the market. That's our job. So it's so important that we understand the direction that it's going, how it's moving, how it's acting, because the market's changing quickly every single day. So right now in the past 7 days, GLAR has experienced 341 new listings come to market. 405 properties have undergone the status or are under the status of active, under contract, or pending, meaning they have a contract in some way on them. And there were 337 closings. Overall, the availability of listings is still decreasing almost on a daily basis. We're in the 1400s as of this morning. So understand how to deal with that, understand your resources. Like, for example, Daniel Rettig and team and his loan officers, we're so thankful for them, because what the strongest part of our market right now is that money is very affordable for folks, and there are opportunities and urgencies for buyers. So it's maintaining the pressure for your sellers and keeping a seller's market in addition to the very low inventory. So keep up the good work and bring the listings, guys, bring them. All right. So if you have not joined us, what we're doing every single week in 2021 is putting a focus on our culture. We want to define our culture. We always say the word culture. It's a good word. It feels good. Well, everyone should have culture. Well, what is it? So again, we're going to talk about 3 in order, 3 lists or action standards, basically, that defines us as culture. So we're all the way to 11 today. Number 11, culture in action at Keller Williams Louisville East is being considerate of the Market Center staff. Luckily, I personally think this is pretty easy to do. We've got fantastic gals that are really running this ship. They are open-minded, open-hearted, helpful. They're proactive. They will answer your question. And they want to be that for you. So obviously we're always open to feedback, yet give them a smile and a pat on the back, because they're sprinting, you guys. So be considerate to them. Number 12, honoring policies and protocol of the region regarding recruiting. If you ever have a question, let me know. I personally don't like the word recruiting. I like to say attracting or growth, but there are protocols for that. And the reason that we have those protocols is because attracting people to the Market Center is something that we don't take lightly. It's an important piece of our business and growing. And there's a very specific way that we want to do that so that we are growing the Market Center authentically in the right way and in the best interest of all the agents that we work together with. We take care of that. And number 13, culture in action is in building a Market Center. Never recruit associates from another KW Market Center. If you didn't know that, that's okay. You may have not had the opportunity to know that. We have wonderful friends at lots of other sister Market Centers, Caden Tower across the river, and they're fantastic. And, while we may or not love for them to come over and be under our roof, it's really not in culture to work to attract or recruit them in any way. So we just ask that you not do that. And again, if you have any questions, always default to me, and I'd be happy to talk through any of that with you. Okay, so a class that you will not want to miss is this Wednesday. That's tomorrow, February 3rd at 2 p.m. Ben Kenny is a huge player in Keller Williams on an international level. He is extremely successful. He is known for building big teams. He is known for expanding. He's a big thinker. He is just a really smart, interesting guy. And he's doing a talk with us at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And it actually is a little bit of a Q&A session. Ben Kenny also steers the conversation. He's very good in meeting the audience where they are. So the topic is a little bit open, but take that as a huge opportunity. And if you have the time, please jump on that. There is a registration link on the internet calendar and on Amy's email. So tune in to Ben Kenny's talk. Also, if you are a Rainmaker, we have our monthly Rainmaker Mastermind. This is Thursday, February 4th at 11. We have these scheduled basically the first Thursday of every month, in case you want to go ahead and plan the rest of your calendar out. I do lead these, and the topic is chosen from the Rainmaker Mastermind of the month before. So last month, we all decided that we want a topic that's going to focus around the synergies and the energies of the teams that we own and lead within the Market Center. So that will be the focus. So bring the energy. Let's talk about synergy and make plans to attend. It is 1 hour. We will start and stop on time. All right, for KW Connect, here are your opportunities that you can tune into on the KW Connect homepage today at 1 o'clock. Get paid with offers and commissions in Command. Our Market Center is moving along swimmingly with that. However, if you have questions, that's an opportunity to tune in. And then at 4 o'clock, opportunities walkthrough Q&A. Tomorrow at 1, strengthen your financial systems and models. And then at 4 o'clock, Wealth Building Wednesday. It's the 11th episode. On Thursday, enhance your consumer experience with the KW app. That's a valuable tool. Many of us are still learning about it, but tune in because that is something to take advantage of that will truly set you apart from other agents. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, referrals walk through Q&A. On Friday, the Luxury Learning Series, select and retain talent in the luxury realm. And then at 4 o'clock, Lifeline with Gary Keller himself. And then Scott Leroy also offers daily opportunities. Today's the Command Overview. Wednesday talks about your digital website. Thursday, DocuSign. Friday's an overview. And Monday talks about what's new with Command. Now, if you are interested, and you should be if you're in this industry, start learning now and start making a plan. I strongly suggest that strongly encourage you because you're in an amazing seat to be an investor and build your wealth through investing in real estate. There's lots of great opportunities to grow your wealth. And again, real estate, I mean, we're front and center. We know the market, we see the market, we understand it very well. So why not? Jimmy Welch, who is obviously a wonderful agent and team owner here in the Market Center, is going to be hosting on Tuesday, February 9th at noon, his buy and hold, building wealth versus building income, what that looks like, and how you can work through your wealth building quadrant. If you've also read that book, there is the Zoom link and the passcode is investment. Contract classes with Brad Long is this month is going to be February 11th from 1 to 3. It'll be talking about the listing contract and the processes associated with that contract. And then mark your calendars for February 25th. 3 valuable hours will be spent on mastering the sales contract. As you can see, there's always little nuances that will sharpen your blade and make you even stronger in the real estate deal as you move through that contract to close process to best represent your client. There's an opportunity to be in person with these right here in the training room, or you can also Zoom. And there's so much to be said about how you write the winning contract. And Kristen Brockett, who is a fantastic agent with our Market Center, she's also part of the River Valley Group. She is going to tell you all exactly about that through a workshop format on February the 12th at 2. She says it's what you practice in private that you will be rewarded for in public. Tony Robbins. So the more we practice writing amazing contracts, the better we're going to perform on behalf of our clients. Now, if you remember, the Huffaker Group brought a fantastic database class a few Fridays ago, and it was a huge success. They are an expansion team out of Nashville that is just providing opportunity and offering educational opportunities for our agents here in the Market Center. So they are coming back and they're bringing a panel of top producers. And the topic's going to be how top producers fail forward fast. You are in a business that you're going to have to get used to failing, and you'll just fail fast, and that is going to be the best way to keep learning because none of us are immune to failing. Get real comfortable with that if you're not already. That's also Friday, February 12th at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. There is a registration link in the calendar. Now, next week, we are joining forces with the 2 Indy Market Centers next week. As I mentioned earlier in the year, we're going to do this from time to time, which was a big reason that we shifted to a Tuesday meetings. So here we are on Tuesdays, and Marty Miller, who is a really strong trainer for you know him from the 66-day Command Challenge. He knows Command in and out. He is going to be a wonderful resource. And he is making plans to be at our team meeting next Tuesday, February 9th at 11. So make plans to attend that meeting. It will be fantastic. All righty, so family reunion, that's what we're all here for. That's what this is all about. We're supposed to be going to Vegas and we're not, and that's okay. Vegas isn't going anywhere, guys. But what is still moving forward is all the content and the value and the training and the education that Family Reunion brings. That's really why we go, guys, right? Absolutely. Nod with me. And no, in all seriousness, it is February 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. And if you have not bought your ticket, please do so. You might win one today because we're going to give one away here at the end of this hour. And we're going to be hosting a watch party. It will be socially distanced. We're going to keep everybody safe. Masks will be worn. There will be food provided. So obviously you'll be taking down your mask to eat, but we'll be separated. Statewide Mortgage has been so generous to offer that large lower level training room that we have utilized before. Bo Scott is going to provide lunch. So big thank you to Bo Scott as well. We have 25 seats that are available and we still have plenty that are available. We do ask that you RSVP for those seats. There's something to be said about the energy of being together, and the watch party will be around, we've got the classes it's going to focus on, but it's primarily going to be around the state of the company, the vision speech. There is a Gary Keller and Josh Team and Jason Abrams talk on Wednesday. And then also on the last day is the cultural, the inspirational brunch. So the watch party is not for all of the breakouts because we expect that you go off on your own and experience the breakouts in the customized way that you need. But for the big meetings, that's where we're going to come together. So RSVP to Amy Leo. Her email is right there. It's Amy, AIMEELEOW@kw.com. And shoot me a text if you're in a rush, and I will make sure that she gets the information. But we want to make sure that you have a seat at Statewide if that's something that's important to you. So go Family Reunion. We're so excited. We've got all the energy around it. And we have tons of you guys already signed up. So way to go, way to invest in yourself.
All right, last but not least, before the giveaway, Laura, are you out there?
I'm here.
Yay.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on today. As we all know, February is full of lots of great activities. We've got Valentine's Day. We've got Family Reunion. We've got, it's the month that the Girl Scout cookies come out, for goodness sake. But my favorite part about February is the annual Polar Plunge Special Olympics Polar Plunge that we participate in every year. For those of you who've been around for years, you know that when you see Pearl, here's my buddy Pearl, and when you see Pearl, you know that it's time for Special Olympics. And this is a charity that is near and dear to my heart for a couple of reasons. This is actually our 9th year for participating in the Polar Plunge as a market center. We had David Blanton, an amazing realtor with our company for years, who brought the Polar Plunge opportunity to us at Keller Williams. He passed away unexpectedly a few years ago, and this is our way of, bringing him, honor every year. And I also have a son who is on the autism spectrum, who over the years has participated in Special Olympics, and he still has several friends who participate in Special Olympics. There are thousands of Special Olympians all across the state who enjoy participating in these sports activities all throughout the year. And with the pandemic, all nonprofits are struggling a little bit, and the Special Olympics is not an exception to that. And this is their annual fundraiser, and it's the one that brings them the most money every year. So we are excited to be a part of it again. We're excited that they're still doing it this year, given the pandemic. It is going to be hosted on Saturday, February 27th. I've set our goal this year to raise $5,000 for Special Olympics, and I'm hoping for 10 brave souls to participate with me. So far, our team consists of myself and my son, Isaac. So we're still hoping for 10 more brave souls to sign up. I know a few people from last year have already raised their hands and are excited about joining me. I'm going to be supplying in the chat the link to make a donation and or join the team. So please check out that. You can see that picture there on the slide of Hayden. Hayden is a Special Olympian who usually comes to each of our team meetings during the month of February to kind of cheer us on and, you know, inspire us to donate and participate in this special event. Since Hayden couldn't be with us in person this year, he made a special video, and it is only 2 minutes long, and Amy included it in the email that was sent out to everyone on Friday. So, and I'm going to also be sharing it on our culture page and in some upcoming emails as well. So take the time to click on that link. It will definitely bring a smile to your face to listen to Hayden and, you know, tug at your heartstrings. And I'm just super excited to be a part of it again this year. Special Olympics of Kentucky has also partnered with Papa John's this year. And between now and March 7th, if you purchase Papa John's pizza with the promo code of SOKY20, you'll receive 20% off of your purchase, and 10% of your purchase will be going as an extra donation to the Keller Williams or the Special Olympics of Kentucky. So that is my plug for this afternoon. You're going to be seeing a lot of me up and down the hallways, recruiting folks to be on the team, asking for donations. And I'm looking forward to having all of you all be a part of it with me this year.
Awesome.
Thank you, Laura.
Well, we're excited about Special Olympics. Y'all please be generous and consider jumping in that water, and also consider a donation for sure. It's obviously a worthy cause. Fantastic. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
All right, guys, here it is, 11:56. And we have $10 scratch offs. We have $2 scratch offs, and we have $1 scratch offs. And that's not even the best part. The best part is we have a family reunion ticket to give away today. So if you were on time, we took down your names, and we are going to draw. We're going to use this wheel. It might be a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to bring it a little closer. These are for the scratch off tickets. How fantastic is this? So here we go. I've got all my names right here in the hat. Thank you, Vicki. Oh, the first person to spin the wheel, I'm going to spin it on your behalf, is Milton. Milton, here we go. I see you.
Yeah.
Milton, you got a $10 scratch off, Milton. Don't you forget about your friend. Her name's Elizabeth.
Don't forget about me, Milton.
Or Adriana. All
Okay.
righty, here we go again. Shari's up next. Shari's going to spin the wheel. I'm going to spin it good for you, Shari.
Go, Shari.
Hey. Shari, we've got a $1 scratch off for you.
It only takes one to win.
Takes one to win. All right. Lucky winner number 3. See, this is Vegas, guys. This is exactly Vegas. We've got Wes Jackson. Woo, woo, woo. Spinning for you, Wes. Wes, you've got a $2 scratch off.
Go, Wes. Go, Wes.
All right, last one. Angela Hardy.
Go, Angela.
Are you here? Are you here? Woo, woo. She got the other $10 scratch off. Go,
Yay.
Angela.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, let's drum roll, because the next one is the fifth winner, and this one gets the ticket to the family reunion. So here we go. We're drum rolling. We're drum rolling. All righty. Adam Thomas, you are the winner of the family reunion ticket.
Awesome. Congrats.
Are you here? I'm looking for Mr. Adam. Must be
Oh,
present.
must be present to win.
I'm
here.
Present.
Awesome. Adam, have you bought a family reunion ticket just yet?
I have not.
Well, you've got one with your name on it now. Congratulations.
Woo!
Cleared your
Thanks.
schedule. And I can't wait to bring you on team meeting after family reunion and hear what some of your big takeaways are.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Congratulations. Everybody, it is 11:59. I'm going to let you get back to your
Thanks,
busy day. Thank
Alyssa.
you for your time. Happy Tuesday.